Hi. Hi.
Hello, CRW Jumper. How are you this evening, sir? I guess I could turn my turn my camera on. Can you see me? Hi there. How are you this evening? Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't hear me, I'm sure you'll say something. My mouth would be moving, but my no audio coming out of my face.
Hi.
Hello, Dent. All right. Can you hear me now? Let me do this. Let me move this little button that way. Hopefully you can hear me. Well, I got the volume cranked all the way up. It's going in the red. All right, so we got ourselves a driver board out of a Shrek pinball machine. Um, got some burnt up parts. And it's got some wrong parts. So we're going to remove the wrong parts. And we're going to unclog my desoldering gun. Got a big ball of solder on it. The wrong parts got on there because someone serviced the unit and at one point in its life put the wrong parts in it. So a lot of these parts are not available anymore. So some people will substitute the part with another part thinking that it will work. And then it might work for a while. And then eventually it doesn't work right. So what we have here is a weak left flipper. It's not able to hold the coil when the ball comes down and hits it. It also has a burnt up transistor, so we're going to remove And since... So this one's actually good, but I can't... But since this one's not available anymore, we're going to replace both flipper transistors with the same new part. Someone replaced the original 22NE10 with a 24F10. We're also going to check the diodes and the cap. But more importantly, we have a burnt up part right here that let the magic smoke out and burned up the board. Let's see if you can see that. I can't tell, I don't have the camera on. It's kind of burnt. Oh, I turned it away. So there's a burnt transistor on the board. I still can't see it. Let me do this. I can switch to this camera view. Turn this monitor on so I can see what I'm looking at. There we go. So we're looking at that guy. Right here. It spewed its magic smoke all over the board. First, you still can't see it. And the little crispy on the bottom too. So we're going to remove it. We're going to clean it up and then put a new one in. You don't fix. So no, there's no fixing the burnt board. But we're just going to remove this guy like that. So he done let his magic smoke out. And then we're going to go in here. Heat her up. And then we'll come to this side and grab the pin. What's left of it. And then heat it up and try to remove it. Yeah, only the driver board needs a repair. What's interesting is like all the lamp transistors have been replaced as well at one point in their life. They've all had reflow done on it. So now we're going to take a Q-tip and some alcohol. wash off the magic smoke. That looks toasty. So we got that kind of cleaned out of there. I need to get a better camera setup. So clean the underside off. Taking donations. All right. Yeah, S.A.M boards are pretty reliable. There has been some issues in the DSP and the sound section, and also some some CPU boards have issues with firmware updates that could brick them. So those are things. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to reflow. I cleaned up all the solder. I'm going to put some fresh solder down. I'm going to then remove this solder. I also need to scrape away some of the solder mask on this guy here, because it is the vias have gone. So one thing about S.A.M games is the flipper coils are pulse width modulated for the hold. So if there is an issue with, there's a small capacitor on the input of the MOSFET, could be bad, so I need to check that to make sure it's still within spec. So CRW, how are you doing? Jump out any planes lately? Chop up anybody with a big saw, or not saw, but sword? So C53, and I believe this guy is driven from C52. see if we can get a capacitance reading on them. They're both reading the same. Let's check these resistors. $39K. $39K. This one should be $22K. So all those resistors look okay. We'll check these diodes, make sure these diodes are okay. Helps if I go to diode mode. Can't measure a diode as a capacitor, doesn't work that way. 0.56, 0.57. The diodes are good. So that's all good. Not worried about this one. This one just needs a new transistor, which is right here. Put that guy in. This is for a pinball machine that will be at Free Play Florida in 3 weeks. Hope everyone can make it out. So we're going to solder the middle leg first. Wait for the soldering to heat up. There's the heat symbol. There we go. We're going to take this one and bend it this way. Cut it to so it's not too long. Do that. This guy, bend this guy over. Cut that. Alright. That guy's in there. Take a fresh Q-tip. I also have a Bally baby pack board to look at tonight, and more fun Atari board to look at tonight. And why did my screen just go off back there? Oh, because the mouse is on the wrong screen. There we go. Alrighty. So how's everyone doing tonight? Anything exciting going on? Might have already asked. A couple more people have showed up. That's a little better. Backside there, if you can see it. And what we're going to do is we're going to check these guys here. Papa Bluesy, I see you snuck in. Alright, so this has an on resistance of 1.25. This one has 1.4. Both have the same on resistance. Okay, 54 volts that way, 54 ohms that way, and open that way. So there's a little bit of capacitance on the base of a MOSFET that you can energize it with a little bit of voltage, and it will turn on. So it's usually positive on the base, and then that will let you open up. Yeah, this one's a little sketchy, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace both of them. And I believe I can replace these with IRF. So 22 N10. IRL 540 in IRL 540. Keep that in mind, not IRF. Do I have one of those in here? I may not. IRFs, yeah, these are the wrong ones. IRL 540s. Alright, diode mode. Yep. 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 Now, so Hello, Radverdi. Cool and complicated. No, guess it could be. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I believe you just followed me. You got the window closed up over here. But, yeah, I am working on a Stern Pinball driver board. I'm replacing 2 of the driver MOSFETs. They're located here. I have removed the old ones, and now I'm putting in the new ones. I was just testing them to make sure they were okay. I have some more complicated boards I'll be working on later in the stream. Figured I would just knock this guy out real quick. So I am a variety streamer. I stream repairing of circuit boards, mainly circuit boards made prior to 2005. I also fix retro computers such as Commodore 64s, Nintendos, and stuff of the like. I also play video games and stream on video games as well. So my current video game I am streaming is Phasmophobia, but I do stream some other games as well. I will try to keep the channel topic on par, so if you get a notification, just if it says video games, I'm doing video games. If I'm doing pinball or arcade repair, I will say arcade and pinball repair, so you don't have to come here and click on my name and see what I'm actually doing. But thank you for the follow. I am approximately, I think, 10 short of 300. You were number 290. So, welcome to the shit show. This board is done. So I am going to put it aside and go grab the other board I need to fix. So I will be right back. Alright, here's the next board. It is out of a Bally Midway baby pack. Careful not to show the address on it or who it came from. I have about 5 or 6 games in queue to be fixed. I will not be fixing all of them tonight. Alrighty, here we go. Bubble wrap. Oh, big bag. I think this is the box I used to ship. Yes, this is the box I used to ship from something. So this is a repeat customer. Okay, this is going to be a easy fix. This is from the year 1982. So this is 40 years old. All right. Well, it looks like someone's already. So he sent this to me and said it had blown out. So, someone's already attempted to repair this because he sent me this and these were burnt out. So someone's changed these resistors on me. Holy cow. Little handiwork there. Not exactly sure what's going on there. Holy tamales.
Hi.
Bert! Bert! How are you, sir? I should close my email. I don't think we want to hear that. Bert, buddy old pal. Let's have a drinking game. Each time I say, holy cow, you drink. Or have a hot pepper. I got a bunch of smoked ghost peppers. You want to have a ghost pepper challenge on live stream? Who can eat the most ghost peppers? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. I also got to figure out what kind of transistors these are. Because these are, they say SE9302 on them. Let's see if any of them are shorted. These all can't be shorted. Why am I reading shorts between all the collectors and emitters here? That don't make any sense. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You eat peppers, and I eat peppers at the same time. But I have a whole thing of ghost peppers. Someone gave them to me, and I went to cut one. I don't remember what I cut it. I got a little bit on my finger, and like an hour later, I touched my eye, and my eye was burning for like an hour. I have like, nope, not good. All right. So that one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That's shorted. That's shorted. That's shorted. That's shorted. That's shorted. That's a lot of shorted freaking transistors. Why are these all shorted? One, two, three, four, yeah, these are all shorted. That's 6 shorted transistors. All right. Well, if you work at an eye clinic, I hope you could find the person who fixed this, and give them new eyes, because I have no idea what they're doing when they're doing this. Like, I wish you could see. It's like 3-dimensional. Like, look at that. Is that not awesome or what? Like, seriously. What's going on here? Like, it's like, what is that? Look at that thing. It's like, I don't know. No idea. All right. Bally lamp driver solenoid combo board. Let's see what we can find here. All right. All right. There's the board. Let's see if we can find the schematic. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, so so Bert, I would love to do that, but there's one problem with that problem. I'm too busy running the show and making sure everyone's happy. You can just mail them here and I can do them all on stream. Alright, so like Q31 through Q36 are all shorted. All these guys are shorted. Yeah, I mean, I did a try to do a panel with Atari Jim in Game Warp 2, I think it was, or Game Warp 1. And I think it worked out pretty good, but it was my first live panel. Needless to say, I was not the most entertaining. Let's just say I a little more introvertish. So I had more stage fright, but kind of over that now. Don't have that problem anymore. Hence, I'm here streaming, bringing you live content. Although my viewer count keeps going up and down, so I think we lost Radverdi, and we lost Dent 0123 as well. Let's see here. Need to figure out these transistors. It's nice they tell you which one they are down here. Thanks, PenWiki, for not telling me what I need to know. Let's check archive.org. So what have you been up to, Bert? Besides getting banned on Facebook. Or have you been banned on Facebook lately? You working back at the office, or you still working from home? SE9302. TIP 102. All right. Let's remove all these guys and put a shitload of TIP 102s in. Because these guys are all shorted. Oh, helps if I change back to this other view. Let's go back to here and here. All right. Let's get all these guys out of here. Remove this, whatever that is. Wait this to heat up. So your NASCAR that keeps blowing a kick-out toroidal transistor has a bad diode. So you need to replace that. It's either on backwards or it's a diode's open. Your reset issue, if it's a Williams game, you probably need to put new bridge rectifiers in it. Not sure on Ripley's. That's a new one. I'm just going to remove all these guys. No idea what's going on there. Alright. Not sure what that is. That's creative. What is that? Like, let's take this guy off. Oh, you want some music? You play some music? What do you want to hear? What kind of music you like, Bert? It's getting very quiet in here. '80s. All right, let me see if I can find some '80s. All right. No idea what that is. How's this '80s? I want to hear it, but I don't want it to go this way. There we go. There we go. I have no idea what microphone that's picking that up on. That might be too loud. I have no idea. Not a clue. I have no idea if that's too loud or not. Maybe Ray can tell us. If only Ray was here. Alright, it's hard for me to tell. I don't have a way to, Thank you, Rad. So what I'm going to do is I remove these old transistors that were all showing shorts. I'm now putting some solder on here. I'm going to try to clean up these pads. Try to apply too much. There's no pads on that, right? They do make an eyelet repair kit. You can use the repair vias on the board. I do not have such tool. A, it's a luxury and not a necessity. And it is expensive as balls. Luckily, I was born with 2 balls. Therefore, I do not have to worry about trying to buy one. Buy any. Alright, let's clean this up. Mr. Buffett, how are you this evening, sir? I am repairing a baby pack board. You missed out on the beautiful artistic repair job that was done on it before. All these transistors were bad. I don't know exactly how that happens. But yeah, all those guys were bad right there. All of them were shorted. I'm going to double check them here in a second. You can all listen to my meter go beep beep. So these are all the guys I removed. These are Motorola two-in 6045s and SE 9302s. And then one TIP 102. What's it on this one? All right. Shorted. 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 I think this is off a different board. Yeah, that's off the board. Here's one from the last board I fixed. Oh wait, no, that was off this board because that was right here. Alright. I removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's an 8th one. Alright. So yeah. All these guys are shorted out. I held up a non-used camera. So all these right here were all shorted. Yeah, they're my upper camera. Well, this isn't good. I am flat out of TIP 102s. Well, I'm not out, but I don't have enough. I only got 6. What do we got over here? Correction. I have a whole tube of TIP 122s, 102s right here. Here we go. Whee. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to go ahead and put these guys in this tube so I have them in here. I don't know what happened. I don't have the game available to look at. It is very odd that they're all shorted. And I will show that the open 0.55, 0.55, 0.55. See, and the knees are all shorted. The bases are okay. There's no short on the base junctions. So I checked all these diodes, they're all good. I'm going to check these resistors. $330, $330, $330, $320, $330, $330, $330, $310. These are gonna be lower. They're $311, Alright. I'm going to check these ceramic capacitors. I don't know if I can check the ones that are in circuit still. All these ones are not in circuit anymore. So I can test those. Once I go to capacitor mode. One 1.83, 1.81, 1.98, 1.95, 1.99, 2, 2, and I shouldn't be able to check these. Yeah, oh, still check them. All right. All right. Those are all good. I'm going to confirm that these 3 that I left in here are still good. Yes. 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 Alright, those are still good. Let's go ahead and get these installed. If y'all have a request for different music, I can attempt to find different music. If the music is too loud, please say so. If the music is too violent, please say so. You want me to keep my mouth shut, please say so. If you'd like me to delete my account, sorry. Can't do that. Alright, so this is the only one that's going to be a problem. Because there's no pads left on that guy. Now, this music's probably a little on the heavy side. You do this. Let me go. Here we go. Some lo-fi. Battleship. I like Battleship. That's a fun game. You sank my battleship. So Bert, you watch the new Dune yet? All right. Let's figure out how we're going to fix this guy. So we have scraped this trace back. And then we'll scrape this side over here. And then this is the let's flatten that guy out there. So one thing they didn't do is when they fix this, there is a capacitor. There's a diode right here. So when they tried to fix this before, this wire was not connected to this diode nor this capacitor. It was open right here. You can see that it's connected all the way around, but they did not fix. The trace does not exist here. So I am going to do is I'm going to take this and bend it this way, and then when I'm coming to this transistor will go over here and join in right there. So we'll take this guy and put it in here. Let's see if I can get a better view. So this is where I go a little higher. So there's a resistor that goes from here to here. There's a diode that goes from here to here. And there's a capacitor that goes from here to here. This wire is this lead from this capacitor resistor, which comes out, and it was just jumpered to the leg of this transistor. It did not bridge the rest of this circuit in. So needless to say, that wasn't working. I don't know why all these ones are shorted. Doesn't make much sense, but this is the one he was having an issue with. And this resistor is the pull down resistor, which basically prevents this coil from firing. This diode here So the logic chip goes into this resistor to here, through this diode, and then drives the base of this transistor. Why all these ones are shorted, the only thing I can think of is maybe he unplugged the connector with the game on and trying to figure something out. I am not sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to fold this guy over right here. And then we're going to take this guy here and fold it this way. Like that. And then this guy is going to go over here, but it's going to go underneath that. Like that. So then we'll cut this guy short right here. Cut this guy right here. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry, it's blurry. I don't have a fancy camera. The above camera is just a camcorder without a zoom. Keep in mind I am doing this live. None of this pre-recorded eBay stuff. Or eBay, Yahoo stuff. Or not Yahoo. YouTube. Just put it. Join all this together in a big ball. Although Buffett does do repairs and posts them on YouTube. And he does edit his videos. Yeah, I have not watched it myself. I have not watched Dune yet. I can watch it though. I do have access to... Alright, so that looks a little better. What do you think, Bert? That look better than before? Yeah, unfortunately I don't have a fancy camera, and this is just a... Yeah, Bert saw it earlier. It was pretty toasty. It was toasty, and it looked like a jungle gym. All right, I'm gonna... How many Q-tip bottles can I drop? How many Q-tips can I drop in my bottle of isopropyl alcohol? I'm just going to try to wipe off the flux here, so it's not all over the place. I still don't know why all those transistors were shorted. I don't know what this guy used for soldering iron. Thank you, Buffett. Thank you for appreciate that, sir. So the next board is an Atari Pinball board. I'm going to put it on the bench, but I am not sure how far I'm going to get with it tonight. It's another one of those boards that nobody in the country fixes. Yay! Alright. I'm done with this. I don't have a baby pack I can test it in. Alright, let me go grab the other board. So, the last time I had one of these to work on, I told myself I would never work on one of these again. This is from 1976. Yeah, I lied to myself exactly. As you can tell, it doesn't fit on my bench. So I gotta move some stuff. Alright. So this doesn't work. It's dead. Reset button still works. I don't know. Maybe something to do with these old ass sockets, or it could just be the proms. This board is 45 years old. It's probably older than it's older than me. It's probably older than 99% of everyone on Twitch. January 1978 or 76? 76. Nope, 78. I guess it's 77. So it's not as old as I thought it was. Failed. Looks like it was serviced in 88. It's got two parts that have been replaced in our date codes of 1988. Someone replaced a crystal at some point in its life. Trick is I will need to power this. It's got a half-wave bridge rectifier. Well, actually, it doesn't even have a half-wave. It's a single diode. One diode for the and it's Pinball. 2 words. Not to be confused with pinball, which is 1 word. This is pinball. I probably will be using the Fluke on this. I believe this is a 6800 processor. I'm probably going to change out the CPU socket because I cannot put the Fluke on this socket. It will not fit. First, I will need to pull up the schematic and figure out how to give it some power. Still won't fit. I like the standoffs. It's got big metal standoffs. Because this board was actually located in the bottom of the pinball machine. And I had actually a couple of these and I gave them away. It is a 4 mega. Oh, this guy? This big knob? That is the replay value. So you adjust your replay by this little knob right here. Alright, I don't know which game this is. I'm going to have to consult the message from the gentleman who sent it to me. So let me consult my Facebookers. I'm sure they had all kinds of problems with this board. I don't remember. It is an Atari Airborne Avenger. Downloading a 45 meg PDF, which is apparently taking forever from internetpinballdatabase.org. Come on. You can do it. Hello again. Oh, it's the fancy color one. Doesn't that game look sexy? So there's the board we're working on. They sure don't make manuals like this anymore. They probably had a whole drafting department make this board. Make this manual. Alright, yawning again. The sexy flipper. Look at that spinner. And that switch. And that switch. And that switch. What is that contraption? That is the solenoid assembly for the ball gate. Rollover actuator. All right, here we go. We got schematics. So here is the power that comes in, and then we got this. I'm thinking this is the connector we need to look at. It's gonna be this guy right here, P9 C sheet 2. Let's just confirm that. Here's the processor board. Fuse assembly board goes on the back side. Apparently there's a couple different versions of this board. Alright, so this connector here, logic power, logic ground, lamp return, solenoid return. So looks like they are actually bringing in gee, how many different logic boards do they got here? This is -09 A006020-09. Of course they don't. So it is a 68,000 processor. Zoom out a little bit here. So 68,000 is pretty much a direct I/O map. They won't use any address buffers. And there's probably no extra RAM. So everything will be directly mapped to the I/O space on the CPU. Which is quite interesting. Most of the 68,000 stuff for Atari was like that. Hi, Shibby. How are you this evening? We are fixing an Atari Avengers pinball board. Or, sorry, Atari Avengers, Airborne Avenger from 1976. I am reviewing the schematic to figure out how I need to power this board. The board is on my other desk back there. Magically, the video is not coming up. Not sure what happened. There it is. There's the board. So I am looking at the schematic. Oh no, you had the well, just do it again. I see Abby's playing some Phasmo on her stream. She's running it all on Discord, so I don't know how well that'll work. Haven't played that way before. I guess that's an easy way you can talk without pressing the B button. Alright. Power. Power. Yeah, I don't like doing it that way either. I tried it once and it just... Yep. Enjoy the dishes. I didn't cook tonight. I went out and met with my my bio dad for dinner. So, no cooking for me tonight. I have a dishwasher. I just put the dishes in the dishwasher and press a button and it washes them. Alright. Back to reading the schematic here. Alright, 68,000. They don't even have... There it is, logic power. So it looks like strobes. Dishes should do themselves. I would agree with you. Dishes should definitely do themselves. Alright, let's go back to the schematic here. So here's our power input. We have this big fat resistor, 10 watt resistor. So it looks like we could just put like 6 volts right here, and then we can verify that we have a solid 5 volts on the output of this LM323. And then we can go back and start looking at the CPU and see if there's anything going on with the CPU. All I'm going to be able to do is check the RAM, which I don't know the address map for this, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to MAME, and we're going to type Atari Pinball, and type driver. So the cool thing about MAME is they pretty much put everything in MAME despite there not being video games. So this is all their arcade games. So drivers, let's look for Atari Pinball. Alright, that's not good. Well, I don't think any of this is in here, which is gonna suck. This looks like for the computer. Pinball, System 1. Great. Awesome. So, the cool thing is here we have switch inputs. So that tells you the address and tells you the bit. Then we can start looking at the address map. More importantly, scroll down here at the bottom of this, and we will see Avengers game, Airborne Avenger, which is A Avenger. A Avenger's right here. We have main CPU. Proms starts at address 7000, 7800. So we can go back to here, grab these ROMs. There's our two ROMs. We can then go to, just go ahead and take these two files, extract them to, no. Let's create a folder on my desktop, repair, okay. And then we go to this cool website, this awesome ROM online, Hamsters online ROM identification. I bet you can't guess who Hamster is. At me. This is used probably about 200 to 300 times a day. I need to put my Twitch link on here. Alright, so we'll grab this first one, submit. Airborne Avenger, main CPU, offset 7000. That'll give us our fluke signature. And we'll write this down so we have it on some random piece of paper. There we go. Random piece of paper. Get a pen. So we're going to E00 at address 7000 is F6D1. There's a donate button. And we've got the second file. Submit. That's at address 7800. And that is going to be fluke signature 76FD. And we'll go back to the MAME drivers. I can't check this prom. It's not even in the source for MAME. We need to figure out where the RAM is hiding at. So let's see here. RAM is the first block, 0000 through 00FF is the RAM. Watchdog. ROM is 7000 to 7FFFF. So all we need to check is the ROM address, and we'll check the RAM address. And if those work after I resocket the CPU, then it's like not much I can test. I don't have a pinball machine. I don't have a display board. So I won't have any way of making sure it actually works. But I am going to need to remove this socket. But first I can power it up. and see if the CPU is actually doing anything. So our power input is going to be, looks like it's going to be this side of this resistor. And then our ground is going to be any of this stuff here. So I don't have a test point that I can grab onto. Looks like I can do this though. So this is ground, and then this is power. Alright, so I'm going to flip the board around this way, like so. And we'll turn on my power supply. We'll lower the voltage down to like 6 volts. I'm gonna check this edge connector. So I can't just grab this edge connector. That's not gonna work. Could grab this side of the diode here. I'm gonna grab, wow, 2 amps. That doesn't seem right. Because this, nope, that is ground. Let's go down to like 5 volts. All right. Check the output. All right. 5 volts DC. Grab the logic analyzer, logic probe. All right, so the CPU isn't doing shit. CPU dead. CPU be dead. CPU is non-functional. And my streaming rig is heating up my office and it's getting very hot in here, so I'm going to turn on the AC and crank her down low. Waiting for my printer to spin up. I want to print this page out on the book here. Now what I do is print custom page 84. More settings, and we're going to fit this to the page. And still waiting for the printer. Have a good night, Bert. Sleep well. Come on, printer. Printer, no printy. It was a free printer. I say, I take free printer. Alright. Here's the schematic for the board. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and look at a couple of things here. We're going to look at the reset line, which is pin 40. It should be low. It is low. Or it should be high. No, it should be high. Alright, nope, that's right. So reset's working. Pin 3 is the input from the clock circuit. That's working. Pin 37 is the clock out. That's working. Alright, let's start looking at address lines. Let's look at halt, pin number 2. Halt is high, which is right. 4 is high. Pin 5 is low. I'm not sure what pin 5 is. Pin 5 is valid memory address. 6, 7, 8, power. The CPU ain't doing shit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to pull the CPU out. Look at that gold. This could be just a bad CPU. Well, it says it's bad. Let's see if I can find another 68,000. Alexa, please turn on storage light. Thank you, Alexa. Alright, 68,000. Do I have any 68,000s? I should. But where? Where, oh where, oh where, where'd I be? I got this one here. Not sure if it's any good though. This still says it fails, but I've never had luck with this thing testing CPUs. Which way was pin 1? Damn it. Pin 1 is this way. Let's see if that does any difference. All right, what's going on here? Alright, so this CPU is doing the same thing as the other CPU. It is not running. I don't remember. I thought reset needed to be high. Or is it low? Buffett. Where you at, buddy? Should reset be high or low? I keep forgetting. CPU, a 68,000. Should the CPU be low or high for operation for the reset line? Reset should be low. Which is right. However, the data bus is floating. So the issue here is the CPU is not doing anything. It's acting like halt is halt must be high. Halt should be high. So reset is low. Halt is high. Five is low. 7 is low, but that's an output. Why is the CPU not running? Okay. It's FF. Is FFFF coming out of it right now. So it's trying to read. It's trying to read the boot boot vector. But there's nothing to tell it that the valid memory address is the output. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this doesn't use latches on the data bus, does it? No, the data is directly tied to CPU. E1, E2, E7, E8, E0, E00. And these here, if it used proms, which it doesn't use proms. So all this here is doesn't apply. Yeah, plus 5 is fine. The 5 volts solid 5. The 5 volt is solid 5 volts. The reset circuit is working. The CPU has an input clock, has an output clock. So the clock circuits are working. All the address pins are stuck high. Except for, yeah, all the address pins are high, starting at address 0, which is right here. Well, 0 is low, which is FFFE, and everything else is high. All the data pins are floating. So I'm going to go with, if the address pins are floating, that means the chip select on the ROMs are not being pulled low. And it's just reading FF, which is, yeah, so it's stuck at FFFE because it can't read the proms. So there's an IRQ line that's stuck. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything at all. None of the inputs are they're just all stuck. They're all stuck high. IRQ and MMI, they're all high. IRQ is 4, it's high. Non-maskable interrupt is high. Which is what they should be. 2, halt, it's high. So those are all fine. But it's not reading the chip selects. It's not reading any data from the proms. So let's look at the schematic here. We have data bus is tied directly to the RAM chips. There's no buffers. The chip selects are driven by a RAM enable at 7408, a D3. 7408. Pin 1. Doing something, which is tied to the clock, which is right. Pin 2 is directly fed off negative BA. Floating. Nope, high. Floating is high. So it's high. So pin 3, which is the output RAM enable, that should be doing that. So that's chip select 1. Chip select 2 is going to come off of this 9321 at D1. D1, which is really a 74139. Pin 4. High. Should be low. Pin 1 is high. So it's either going to be this guy or it's going to be B2. Let's check B2. B2, 8, 9, and 10. B2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so those are all low. C6. C6, which is this guy here. 9301 looks like a BC. Looks like a. This looks like a address decoder, like a 7432 or something like that. So pin 1 should be high. Pin 2 should be high. Pin 14 and 15 should also be high. Right. So I would think the output would be high, 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 high. I would think one of those would be low. I'm going to see what a 9301 is. Let's see what a 9301 is. Alright, Atari chip substitutions. A 9301 is a 1 of 10 decoder, no alternative found. Great. So the 9301 is a custom chip that is not available anywhere. One of 10 decoder. Alright, first person. It's just an obsolete part made by Fairchild. Let's see, I got an old Fairchild book here. See if I can find. See if we can find a 9301 here. Yeah, so it's got a goofy pinout. So it's basically the same as a CD4028, but it's got a totally different pinout. But I could use the logic of a CD, so I could look at the truth table for a CD4028. See if I can find that. Yeah. So these are all ones. So all the output should be low. But according to one of 10 decoder active high outputs, different pinout for inputs codes 0 through 9, the outputs of the F028 are complements of the outputs of the 7442 and 93. For input codes 10 through, all outputs of the 74 and 93 are high. On a 40028, input codes 10, 12, and 14 generate a high. What? What the fuck? So here's a 7442. That's more like it. Oh, invalid. Invalid. Alright, so we need to figure out this guy. So all the outputs on this guy are high, but so are all the inputs. Maybe this guy's bad? 7402? Wrong button. Maybe that 7402 is bad? Let's look at this 7402 at C7. C. Here's C. C7. Right here, 7402. Pin 1 is high. Pin 2 is low. Pin 3 is low. It's an exclusive OR. So 2 exclusive ORs. You just Alright. That gate's doing something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this 9301 at C6. C6. Good old Fairchild 9301 that doesn't exist anywhere on the planet. Unobtainable. Pin 1, high. Pin 2, high. Pin 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Bullshit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go. 15 is high. 14 is high. So they are all high. Let's see if any of the input. So I'm doing this, I'm just seeing if any of the inputs are doing anything when I'm hitting the reset button. So pin 3 isn't doing anything, which isn't hooked to anything, so we don't really care. Pin 10 also wasn't doing anything. Pin 10 is going to audio enable. So I don't care about that one either. Alright. So, I'm going to assume, since hitting the reset, the outputs are bouncing around. I'm going to say it. I'm going to assume that this chip is good. So pin 3 of D3 that's pulsing. So that's the RAM enable. That goes into chip select. Let's check the RW line on the RAM and see if that's doing anything. So it looks like the RW line on everything is tied into pin 4 of E10. One little gauge driving the enable on every single chip. E, E10, this guy, National Semiconductors, pin 3, low, so pin 4 should be high. And what we're going to do is reset. Wait a minute. Yep, there we go. Alright, so that is functioning. Now, that doesn't mean the outputs of these proms are bad. I mean, these proms could actually be bad. So, we haven't ruled that out yet. Alright, let's look at chip select number 2, which is this 9321 at D1. That's this D1, which has been already replaced with the 74 LS39. Or it's not been replaced, but it doesn't have the 9321 in it anymore. Pin 1 is high. Reset, it does something. Pin 2 goes into, I have no idea, but it does do something. It's tied into address bus. Pin 3 is address 1. It also does something. Actually, this is address 0. Pin 2 is address 0. Address 0 is low. What's going on here? Alright, so we have an issue here. It is labeled A0 on the 9321. Address 0 doesn't go to address 0, it goes to address 8B. 0, so this is address 1. Or they're just labeling it A1 and A2. They're just labeling it A1, A2. It goes up here. Not address 0. But it's doing something when I hit the reset. Pin 4 is the output, which is high. It is doing that. Let me just do this. Let's go over here. What sucks about this whole schematic is it's not listing the pinouts for E0 and E00. It's only showing E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8. So this is pin 1. Where's this pin 1? So if this was the chip that was in here, pin 1 is an address line. So that is not pin 1. This is pin 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pin 5 is address 0. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is ground. So either these are bad. It's hard to believe both of them are bad. Because right now the data bus is floating high. Or it's no data on the data bus. So it's either a bad 9301, which you can't get, or bad RAMs. Bad ROMs. Bad ROMs. I do have an HP comparator, but the problem is the 9320. Oh, this is 74139. I don't have another 9301 if it's a bad 9301. Well, understand. Why would a 9301? It's 1 of 10 decoder. All of the inputs are high. I mean, we're looking here. This is all high. I don't think BA is doing it. The BA and five and 7 are low. So these two outputs are low. Because low, high, low. There. That's low into the exclusive OR. That's low into exclusive OR. So two lows into exclusive OR would be a low. So then this would be a high. Well, that's why I was hitting reset, because when I hit reset, it pulses these pens, and I was watching for activity on the output. But I'm confused as to why they have a logic defined. So RAM enable. I don't have a pulser. Every pulser I've had has failed. I've given up trying to use pulsers. The thing is, I can't find the logic. The book, the Fairchild book, doesn't even show. It just says 1 of 10 decoder, active high outputs. This is it. The whole book doesn't actually do page 4-85. Let's see what's on page 485. As my computer, the PDF locks up. Save link as. -85. Great. Let's open it in an actual PDF reader. Not some shitty web browser. So 4-85. So this is that version. So it's more closer to a 7442. A 7442 but it doesn't have the same pinout as the 7442. Oh, look, it's everyone's favorite person. Right here. It's this person who says he's made up boards. More unobtainable products that never exist. Oh, my goodness. Good old GPE. Let's. Have a good night, sir. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be up here. I might just... Mr. Atari didn't have anything on here but parts. There's nothing on this website. Must be a different Mr. Atari. It was from 14 years ago. Oh, he did the adapter for the 9312. Oh, 9301 Atari replacement. Check this UK vac. So here's someone who made a board. To use a 7442. Why can't someone just post a schematic? Aw, man, someone already did the crossword puzzle. Where'd that book go? They said the memory address was... See if they actually listed the memory address map in here. I know they did in Superman. Maybe they did in this one. No. So this is a different Airborne Avenger processor board -004. There's our ROMs, chip select lines, address 0 and address 1. ROM enable. It would have been nice if they had it with E00 and E0 on here. Oh, there we go. -6, 7, and 10. So pin 8 and pin 11 of the F0 is driving the address selection chips. So CE1, CE2, they all flow into F0 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this was the schematic I needed. So the address pins are coming out into here, and then these are driving pin 20. Alright, so F0 is what I want to look at. F0. 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 Pin 1. Pin 2. Pin 3. Pin 4. Pin 5. Pin 6. Pin 7. Pin 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. So 9, 10, 11. Let me just print this. Print 91. Page custom. Page 91. Print. Alright, well, I'm going to print this guy out. This is the one we want to look at. Alright, here is the correct schematic. So pin 1, so F0 pin 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is low. If we hit reset, it actually goes up and down. Pin 10 is low. We hit reset, it does something. So, low, low, the output should be high. Yep. And hitting reset, I do see it. And then 11, 12. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, pin 12 is low. 13 is high. We're looking at this guy right here. Pin 13 is high. That means it's low and then it should be high. Damn it, that's right. So pin 11. Well, they both shouldn't be high. One of them should be selected. Alright, let's look at F0. I love how they drew part of it as a AND gate with a NAND gate, and then they drew the other ones with as NOR exclusive ORs, NXORs, which is kind of cute. So we're looking at the, I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys see what I'm talking about. I am looking at this circuit right here. Both this 8 and 10, 8 and 11 are high. Address bus is FFFFE. So one of these should be low, and it's not. The one that should be low should be E0. So E0 this guy, this should be low. Maybe it's that guy. Yeah. Alright, so pin 4 of F1 is floating, but I don't see F1 actually being used. Alright, so those both look like they got valid data going into them. D1. 9, 10, 11, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 is low. Okay, ROM enable should be low. Because it's got a bar over it. Go with C8. 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 Pin 1, low. Pin 2, low. Pin 3, low. Pin 4, that's a clock signal. Pin 5 is high. Pin 6 is always high. I'm going to go with that being wrong. Pin 4 is pulsing. Pin 5 is high. Pin 6 is always high. $74.32. Alright, let's look at a $74.32 truth table. So this is a 7432. It's composed of exclusive OR gate. So when one's high, the other one's low, the output should be pulsing. This is pulsing, this is always high. This isn't doing shit. We got a bad 7432. Alright. So I'm going to pull the 7432 out. Switch camera views. Sorry about that. I did not realize my headphones were turned on. Let me turn that. Here we go. Okay, there we go. That's there. That was weird. Not sure how I gave feedback. My apologies. Yeah. My apologies. My apologies on the mic squeal. I needed to get your attention. We have a bad chip. We have a bad 7432. Always in 32s. Always in bad 74 32s. Alright. Let's remove the 7432. And we will test the 7432 when we remove it. Alright. And the reason I did not detect this earlier was I did a noob mistake. When I was looking at the schematic, I was checking RAM enable. We don't give a shit about the RAM. We have a ROM problem. It was a different chip. So I would have noticed that earlier. I would have known, I would have probably found this quicker. Instead, I just did a circle jerk. Make sure it's this guy. We're going to check this again. Pin 4. You hear the beeping noise. Pin 5. Pin 6. Not doing anything. So that is the chip that we are replacing. This guy right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down some fresh solder. I want to remove the chip so I can actually test it. now that I removed my finger, I have no... Oh, wait. Oh. Thank you, Atari. 8. C. Thank you. Obviously, putting down fresh solder is going to help. Going to heat up this 40-year-old solder that's on here. Alright, chip removed. El Chipo tester. First we will test the new chip. 7432. Whoop. 7432. Test. Fail. Put the chip in. Pass. FU. I don't want to see that. It is passing. Hopefully I got the right socket too. Yep, I grabbed the wrong socket size. I bought that Abbey literally 14 years ago. I actually had there's a local dealer that actually sold them in Clearwater, Florida, and I paid $700 for it, brand new. Now, unfortunately, they're cost way more than that. If you can find them. It's actually it's a rebranded. It's rebranded from that other the other company. I have a 545. Which is the big desktop one. Honestly, the little retro chip tester does pretty much everything anyways. There's another person that makes a kit that you hook to your PC and it will do a test, but it checks the voltage levels. It'll find errors, like a CMOS chip might test fine, but it will check the different voltage levels and test it just outside the where it's supposed to work. I don't think pin 1 and 2 are supposed to be bridged here. Alright, well, that wasn't the problem. I'm sure is acting stupid. Coming back to this 9301. Do this. Let me just short the ROM enable to ground. So if I short ROM enable to ground, the data bus works. I'm going to go ahead and say the 9301 is probably bad. It's the only thing I got. So if I pull 6 to ground, the ROMs assert data on the bus. We pull pin 5 to ground and see what happens. Gonna need some jumpers. Oh. All right, let's assert. It was a B&K as the other brand. All right, let's try pin number. This pin's high, right? Yep. And we're gonna temporarily pull it low. That CPU ain't doing shit though. So, alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this 9301 and address 0 is 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So right now, all the outputs of this chip are high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Inputs 14, 15, 1 and 2. So if we pull address 0, if we pull address 0 low, which is pin 15, alright, so it's definitely the 9301. I just pulled A0 low on it, and it made no difference on any of the outputs. So all the outputs are stuck high. It is a BK Precision 575A is what this is rebranded from. So this is the same as a BK Precision 575. It has the serial port, which you can program custom stuff to it. This is the European version. I have a 545A in the closet. It's a benchtop unit. Oh, look at that! You'll appreciate this, Buffett. This is what I got. Oh, look what I got. Bam. Non-working when I got it. It had a bad relay in it, which apparently is a common problem with this unit. Yeah, so now I have the LC53 and the LC102. So now I can really make sure those caps are in good shape. Alright, so it's a bad 9301. That would be a good, that would be a good chip to add to this thing. I don't think it's in here. I can look. Should email him, like, could you put the 9301 in this thing? Hey, Malkaz. Fixing an Atari. Actually, 3 boards tonight. We had a Stern driver board, a Bally baby pack board, and this is the 3rd board, which was the hardest board. It's got some logic issues. Turns out it appears to be a bad 9301. So, yeah. So I'm going to remove the 9301. And let's see if we can breadboard. Do I have any breadboards? I don't think I have any breadboards. Yes, everyone be lurking. Lurking. Yeah, so there's a bad 9301. Unfortunately, the chip is not made anymore. Hasn't been made in a bazillion years. Apparently, you can modify a 7442 to go and place a 7401. I did see someone's wiring chicken scratch of it. 7442 to 9301. Images. No. So I saw it here. This guy made some boards, and then that was his first version. So I'm going to hit this guy up, see if he has any more. Access denied. Do you have any of the 7442 to 9301 adapters left, or do you mind sharing the Gerbers? I am located on the other side of the pond. USA. Thank you. Send message. Subject. Send message. One message has been sent to Smarty. Oh. So 7442. So there's the pinout of the 7442. Definitely a different pinout. He said it was someone else's design, but I can't find. I mean, I guess you could always just wire one up. Alright, let's take the wrong schematic. Turn this guy off. This guy over here. Let's do a little bench CAD. Switch back to this view over here. Let's do a little bench CAD. All right. Bench CAD. All right, so this is pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which I screwed up because it's actually 8 pins on each side. So let's start bench CAD over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is VCC. This is ground. Pin 1 is address 2. Pin 2 is address 3. 15 is address 0. And 14 is address 1. And this is going to be number 3. Pin 3 is going to be not 5. 4 going to be not 6. 5 is going to be not 7. Pin 6 is who the frick knows. Pin 7 is who the frick knows. Okay, so no clue, no clue. Pin 9 is 4 not. Pin 10 is 3 not. Pin 11 is 2 not. Pin 12 is 1 not. And 13 is 0 not. So it's a 1 to 10. This is why this is no connection to no connection, because it's only going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, let's look at a 7442. Where's my mouse? 7442 TTL. $74.42 is A, B, C, D, and then this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. Wow. Those pens are just way different. Oh, these two pens are the same. These two are good. You're good. You're good. This pen needs to be routed to A1. So this would need to go. So this is the original socket. And then we would put another socket here. We'd have to route. This pin would need to route over to 13. This pin would need to route over to 12. This would just go there. This would just go there. This would just go there. There's a row of pins here. This one just goes there. So this pin needs to be routed to here. So this needs to go up to here. This guy 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 need to go to here. This guy need to go to here. That's not too bad. I got something wrong. This is 7. It needs to go to this pin. So this guy needs to go over to here. No. Needs to go here. Yeah. 7, 8, 9. No, we're not using 7, 8, 9. Duh. We're only going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I'm sure these two pins are. This is probably 8 and this is probably 9. But it's not being used. that could probably dead bug this. I do have some breadboards, but it's 1215. And it would look pretty hacky. Not sure customer would be too crazy about a breadboard with a bunch of wires dangling all over the place. So the unused pins 6 and 7 on the 9301 don't go anywhere. They're left floating. The input pins are all tied to something. So there's 2 extra address decoder pins, 9 and 10, 8 and 9, they get used. So keep in mind, it says 0 through 7, and the address space of this board is only 0 through 7FFF. 8,000 through FFFF is not used. Well, it is, but it's not used. The lower address bits don't go through this address decoder. So they're using this 9301 to latch the high order address bits of 12, 13, and 14. Address 15, believe it or not, is not connected to anything. It doesn't go anywhere. So they're literally not using they only used half the address space on this CPU. What I can do is I could take the chip out and put it in a breadboard, and then, or not even use a breadboard, I could use a Arduino and just have the Arduino cycle through. This chip tester I have, that 8-bit one, actually has a function that I can build a custom truth table, and it will do the chip test, but it needs to have a SD card adapter in order to load the custom definition. I may email him and say, hey, is there any way you can slap a 9301 test into an update, and maybe he'll could roll out an update and I can test it, use it. That might be an option. I'll shoot him an email. I'll have to write the truth table though, which I don't really know it. I swear. Apparently it's just like the 7442. So, I mean, I could write I could make a 7442 to 9301, and then I could just put the chip in my chip tester and test it as a 7442. You could do that. That might be an option. Awfully a lot of work to test a chip. There actually is 2 9301s on this board from what I was reading. I could pull the other 9301 if I can figure out where it is. I see 9321s. I see two of those. I see one here. I see one here. But I only see one 9301. 9602. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other 9301s. $93.21. That's the 9301 I'm dealing with. $93.21. Oh. This is the RAM here. Good old 2114s. But that's driven off this 9301 as well. I think I'm just going to make a little board. I'll let him know that pretty sure it's the 9301 that's bad, and I'll have to build a PCB to test it. So with that, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Let's see. Let's see who we shall visit on Twitch. Oh, I got it. Pinky. We're gonna raid Pinky. She raided us yesterday.
Of course it's not personal. Okay. Okay, sure. I'm all like concerned. I'm like...
Alright, let's see if I got this right.
Drinks my not moonshine and not vodka. And not moonshine and not vodka.
Alright. Alright guys, have a good one. I will probably be back Friday night. Alright guys, have a good one. I probably should fix the lipo echo loop there, but thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks for the new follows. Peace out. Let's go give Pinky some love, and then I'm going to bed.